Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and we are in for a treat tonight. Round 2 of the NASA Pro 4 Challenge at the Wild West Motorsports Park. We are going to see some phenomenal jumps like this one past the start-finish line, 1.5 miles. There's 4 corners, and all 4 of them drive completely different with these Pro 4 trucks. I am super excited, for one, to watch this. NASA has raced here since 2020 with NASA Rallycross. Obviously the first time here for the Pro 4 Challenge after a couple weeks ago in Wheatland. We will not have long laps like we did, but in Nevada it is going to be a super fun time. We're rolling to our 3-lap qualifying session in just a couple of moments. That will set the grid for our 2 heat races, 5 laps apiece. Nobody transfers through those. Everybody goes to the first feature, which is 8 laps. It has been shortened from 10. Top 24, if we have more than 24, that is pending at the moment, will advance to the second feature. Then we'll go figure out who has the most points and won this race overall. With Brian Sawyer in the production truck and also next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz for ASN TV tonight. Just want to remind everyone before we get rolling, the NASA Pro 4 Challenge on ASN TV, brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. No matter the track, car, or series, visit facebook.com/WSimCams. Thank you so much, Andrew and crew, for that. Mr. Sawyer, I am ready for this track. We just ran here recently with the Vortex boys. That's a mixed class race. You remove all the classes, have the Pro 4s here. We are taking flight, and I am saving my energy because I know it's going to get rowdy in a couple minutes. How are you? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm excited. I know this track can be a little chaotic, but it should be a good time. We got 24 drivers officially right now. I know of a couple more that are trying to get in the session at the moment, so I think we will have some elimination this evening, so that will be interesting. It's nice to see that many drivers show up for our summer series, so pretty excited.
As we look at Carter Gosh, who won the opening round of the Cross Car Challenge last week, currently sitting 12th in the practice order at the moment. Thad Countryman on top right now with a 47.676. He is 2/10 up on Evan McFarland, but neither of them won the race 2 weeks ago. It was Matthew Lindy. We remember, Brian, when both of those kids had issues in the feature race, it set them in the back of the grid for the second race, and they could never recover. Jamison Leckenby, apparently in the 29. Throwing me off on that one.
KLR Triple T team.
I see. Okay.
Do you even know what that is, Josh? Are you that old?
You're older than me. What are you talking about?
I'm older. I'm younger in heart. I know what Triple T is.
I'm not on the internet anymore, so that I guess yes. To answer your question, yes, I have no idea what that means.
I'll show you after the race.
Oh God, ASN After Dark. ASN Plus is $1 a month. That's apparently where we're going to be figuring out whatever that means that Brian just said to me. So excited to be here. Super excited for the race tonight. Brian, can you take us through some upcoming points or upcoming programming or both? We have a couple minutes till we roll.
Oh, we might have points.
Dealer's choice.
I don't remember if I put in the points for last week.
I haven't been yelled at from the software to do it, so I'm assuming you have.
All right. So,
yeehaw.
I should. So, coming out of last week, yeah, this looks right. Cody Winecki, P1, 106 points to Matthew Lindy's 101. Joel Ehrlich, 95. Klaus Kreutzer, 84. Garth McDade, Lifflander, Young, McFarlane, Kirtley, and McAfee are your top 10. We'll hit some upcoming programming notes. This Sunday, we got Sunday Night Lights at High RP, beginning of the July season, July 5th, 9 p.m. Eastern. Next Tuesday, we're back here for NASA Cross Car Masters at Daytona Long. That's 9 p.m. Eastern for that. And Pro 4 returns on the 14th for Bark River.
A whole lot of NASA right now. SimCar starts back up at the end of July. They have not populated their schedule fully yet.
They have.
Wrong buttons. Are we back now?
That was the wrong button, indeed.
Welcome back. Brian doesn't know what he's doing. SimCar will populate their schedule the end of July into the software. And of course, I have been mentioning every single show, multiple times a show, ASN TV back on location in Schaumburg, Illinois for the Sim Gaming Expo. September 18th through the 20th, you'll have myself, Brian Sawyer, a couple of other special guests. SimGamingExpo.com for any and all information. So very excited and proud, and every other term, positive term you'd want to use for that one. What is going on?
That's one way
on
to
track.
do it. Incidents.
I want to correct myself.
Incidents.
I thought Matthew Lindy won the race last week. He didn't. It was Cody
No.
Winicky won one, or 2 weeks ago rather. So I'm a really good journalist. It's been a long 2 weeks. But interestingly, I don't think Cody's here.
No,
So-
Cody's not here this week.
No.
He messaged me, let me know he would not be making it tonight.
So this is going to be pretty spicy. We got Chris Lunan having a board slide, and he just exited the facility, and now he's going backwards on the track. What is going on here? Who do we have on track? Is this Jake Robichaux? I'm in replay. I really know what I'm doing, Brian. Daryl Young. Thank you. Thank you. He's behind Jake Robichaux, Benny Archer in the 411. I've never driven the truck here, Brian, but from what I
No.
remember with the Beetle Light, and when we ran the Beetle Lights here, both with NASA and for Yes2 Motorsport, the main point of contention is getting power to the wheels without having a ridiculous amount of wheel spin through the corners.
That does not apply here. You just press the gas down and these trucks go.
See? That's why you're here, because I don't know how to drive these trucks. I know how to drive the rally cars. Don't know how to drive these. I drove one. I got really scared, and then I never drove them again.
You
Drove
don't
them
know
rather
anything
again.
about these, Josh. I don't know if we're going to be able to see the shift lights on any of this.
They are terrifying machines, is all I will say. As practice is over,
Too bad.
we've got KLR cars crashing in the pit lane, and we head to qualifying. Who will we see on pole position? 4 drivers are in the 47-second bracket. Everybody else slower than that. What did you just send me in Discord, Brian? Is that what you
Triple
were
T,
talking
baby.
about? I don't want to know. I'm glad that everybody doesn't see what I'm being forced to see internally. It's I don't know what that is. First car on track is, who was it?
Kaplinger.
Was it Kaplinger? My software is doing this great thing where it's barely working. So Chase Spalding actually in the 39. Oh, he went to KLR. I remember when he made his debut last season. Spalding, I think, was on his own team, and he's moved to KLR. We look at Eric Kaplinger, but Spalding begins the qualifying brigade up the hill to turn number 1. Really send it into these corners, park it on the apex, over the jumps. Don't be afraid. If my knowledge of the rally car translates, Brian, you want to basically turn before you hit the jump, but it doesn't look like that applies here. You'll be schooling me all night with how these trucks drive.
Oh, you're going to learn a whole lot of new things tonight.
Through turn 3. Kind of
Anyway,
the back straightaway. Go ahead.
What I was saying about these trucks is you don't want to let them like kind of run through the gear. You basically, there's 3 lights and you shift this, or 4 lights and you shift it the second one. You shift very early in these trucks. Basically, when you step on the gas, it's like shift, 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 all the way up in the 6th, pretty much.
So
You're
that
running real high.
first lap for Chase Spalding, 48.5 since the benchmark. Kaplinger, 48.8. Daryl Young, 49.5. Jake Robichaux, 50.1. Thad Countryman, 48.004. Brandon Forcade, 48.332. Clinton Funk, 50.644. As times continue to roll in, a couple cars did not have their first laps count. It wouldn't be an off track. It would be contact with the wall. Adam McAfee, P2, 48.182 for the 18. Joey Herbie in the 53 goes to 6th at a 48.704. Michael Boyd in the 55 at a 48.774. Another broadcast, Brian, where I want to compliment everyone that has come out to hang out with us. There are so many new names that I am seeing tonight. Chase Spalding ends his second lap in the 39, 48.520. Where is Evan McFarlane in the 04? I don't think he's set a lap yet. Kieran Lifflander to 6th at a 48.654. And something I'm not used to, Mr. Sawyer, is seeing Kieran Lifflander not first or second on the grid.
Yeah. I mean, I will owe a lot of these new names to Evan McFarland. He drives these trucks regularly. I said, what can we do? And he goes, you do Pro 4. Not many people run Pro 4 series. And there's people who want them, and people have shown up for them. So
McFarland crosses the line, 48.068. There is 0.065 between Countryman and McFarland. And I'm curious to see what will happen tonight if either of them don't run into trouble. It's a lot like the older rallycross content. This track's been around for a while. It's not like Wheatland that just was released. So these guys have a lot of practice on this track, in this truck.
Want to know what I'm curious about, Josh?
Yes, Brian.
We got a shark on the track tonight. We got Connor Berry rolling into this. So I think we're going to see another name at the top competing with Evan and Thad here.
There has been one other time that Connor Berry was going to race in NASA Sim Racing. It was 2022 B, and then everything fell apart. So it's awesome to see Mr. Berry on track. He's listed as number 2 in timing, but he's got number 1 all over his truck. We will interchange those as we go. That'll give us 25. So one of these guys will not make that second feature race later on. Of course, there's a long way until that one. Through turn 1, down the hill to turn 2. 2 jumps, tabletop, and the second jump, and into turn number 2. I'm going to stay glued to this, Ryan, to know what's going on and how to drive these trucks through turn 3. Easy on the throttle with the wheel spin, as you said. Shift early to get traction. Up the hill, down to the final corner. Very tricky to get this one right as well. Hard to spot your braking point through the whoops. And now down the front straightaway for Berry in the 2. Does he hit the wall? I'm not sure if he did. We'll see if it counts or if it invalidated. He got close. Across the line, 48.032. He goes to second, but Thad Countryman at a 47.996. There are 0.072 between the top 3 in qualifying at the moment. McFarland and Countryman are done with their runs. We pick up Matthew Lindy as well in the 333. He crosses the line. He hit the wall potentially. No, 48.337. He stays in the 5th position. We look at Joel Ulrich in the 8.
For somebody on there last lap, Benjamin Archer's on.
Benny Archer on his 3rd lap. Connor Berry is on the front straightaway. Brian, if we can pick him up, he's ending his 2nd lap. Will he improve across the line? 47.881. It's P1 for the number 1/number 2 in this qualifying session. Is that a surprise? I would say no.
Josh, I watched him race in person the other week.
Oh!
After about 2 weeks. Yeah, he was running the Pro Light in Crandon, and after about a lap, it seemed like 6 seconds. It was, you saw his truck jump, and then you saw the pack come behind him.
Joe Pascucci in the 015. We can pick him up. He is 25th and last. He's been struggling through this practice session as the man from Michigan. 2nd lap doesn't count. He's got 1 left, but he is very messy into the 1st corner. Will Connor Berry improve is the question. Across the line to end his run, 47.969. He does not. Joe Ulrich is next to finish his qualifying run, and then it'll be all Joe Pascucci before we advance to the first heat race. Across the line for Ulrich. He sits in 13th at the moment. He does not improve. He stays 13th.
I like this Scooby-Doo truck.
I like the ASN placement on the front.
It's an unbranded Scooby-Doo truck.
Although what's really interesting, if you can get a camera of the front of this truck, he has the modern ASN logo, but he somehow found a NASA logo from 2017. And he has the NASA Rallycross on the front of the truck. Joe, I appreciate it.
I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it. Across the line, he stays 25th and last.
All right, Josh, I think we're good to advance out of here. Everybody has finished their qualifying laps.
As we head to heat number 1. So 25 trucks on this grid. We talked about 24 will make it through from the first feature to the second, but these heat races don't have eliminations, and our grid for heat number 1 Connor Berry on pole position. Evan McFarland, Matthew Lindy, Chase Spalding, P4. Kieran Lifflander, Carter Gosh, Joel Ulrich, Jamison Leckenby, Matty Grove, Jake Robichaux, Easton Hankins, Garth McDade, and Joe Pascucci. We are getting set to roll. Just
Josh,
want to
I
remind
don't know
everyone.
if you
You got something for me, Brian?
Leader. You should. I didn't tell them all let's go on leader. I put it in chat, but maybe we need to do that again.
Probably do that again. That would be a terrific idea. Pull up the ASN graphics if you want to vanish for a minute, and I'll go over those. I just want to remind everyone, if you like what you see so far, be sure to like and subscribe to ASN TV. No matter the platform, ASN TV USA. Pick your algorithmic poison. If you'd like your content broadcasted, ASNTVUSA.com. And if you'd like to race in the chaos that is NASA Sim Racing, turns 14 tomorrow. Unbelievable to say that. NASASimRacing.com. 13 trucks, 5 laps. This will set the inside row for our feature race in a minute. We go green in Nevada. Over the first jump, Connor Berry leads Matthew Lindy. Kieran Lifflander blocked Joe Ulrich down to turn number 1. Side-by-side Spalding and Lifflander backing up the corners. Lindy 4 wide, pushes McFarland out of the way, down a couple places. Spalding and Lindy touch over the first jump. Down to turn number 2. What a send for Lindy. Slams into Lifflander. Here comes McFarland. We're 4 wide. Connor Berry loves this with all this kerfuffle that is happening behind him. The bumper cars through each of these corners. Lindy gets away. The KLR sandwich with McFarland in the middle with Ulrich, Gosh, and Grove in the 472 with Robichaux in 10th. In turn 4, around is Lifflander in front of the field, and over he goes in the 20 for the second consecutive Pro 4 Challenge race. At the end of the first lap, Lindy in second, but it's Connor Berry leading by a second and a half over Lindy, Spalding. McFarland, Gosh to the inside, moves McFarland out of the way. Name of the game is contact through these corners to make ground and make maneuvers. McDade and Hankins door banging as well for the 10th position.
You know, Josh, Kieran has had 2 weeks of tradition of flipping the car and then just landing on the wheels and being able to keep going.
It's the Chris Wetz tradition of rolling the car and still driving like nothing ever happened. We lost Joel Ulrich. He is 13th and last in this first heat race. He will grid last for the feature race later on. The gap has widened to 2.2 seconds from Berry to Lindy. We look at Leckenby battling with Grove. Leckenby to the inside now of the former NASA Rallycross contenders champion. Bad bounce for the 472. Leckenby slide job closes the door. Here comes Lifflander. Nothing doing there from Lifflander. Grove loses the spot. Side by side for the moment. McFarland tried the outside on Spalding into turn 2. Over under, can't get that done either. Grove and Leckenby exiting turn 2. Over the jump to turn 3. Grove has the run on the outside. Leckenby block pass. Slide jobs aplenty here in Nevada, and they'll be side-by-side up the hill to turn 4. We have another side-by-side battle. It was Pascucci and Hankins with McFarland still battling with Spalding. McFarland has dispatched the 39 for the 3rd position. I love these trucks, Brian. This is insanity, though, and we're only through the first heat race.
I know.
We get
It's a
2.6
little
seconds
crazy.
up front. I try to give you an opportunity to talk, but then these guys don't with all the chaos that is happening. Let's get a quick running order update. Berry, Lindy, McFarland, Spalding, Gosh, Lifflander, Grove, Leckenby, McDade, and Pascucci. That's the top 10 with Hankins in 11th. Jake Robichaux off the road in the 69. Grove looking to the inside on Lifflander. I mean, no disrespect to either of these guys in either direction, but if you told me that Kieran Lifflander would be battling with Matthew Grove, I would have called you a liar. One of the fastest kids on dirt road on iRacing. We talked about this before we came on air. Out of position compared to where we're used to seeing him on ASN shows.
Matthew Grove's been in a KLR sandwich all evening so far, too. Leckenby in front, Lifflander behind, and now it's Lifflander in front, Leckenby behind.
Fastest lap for Connor Berry was a 47.920. He's got a couple of tenths of a second a lap on Lindy, McFarland, Spalding, Gosh, over everybody, really. I think the battle's going to be for second. This will set the grid for the inside line, if I'm not mistaken, of the first feature race. So obviously the higher you're up on this grid, the better your grid spot. Checkered flag already in heat number 1. Connor Berry ran away with his own race, and he wins heat 1. Matthew Lindy second, Evan McFarland third, fourth Spalding, fifth Gosh. Kieran Lifflander with body panels flapping away comes home in sixth. Matty Grove will hold off Leckenby for seventh and eighth. McDade in ninth. Hankins 10th. Pascucci, no. Pascucci 11th. Robichaux and Ulrich, the remaining classification. I love these trucks, but also I don't at the same time because it doesn't give me a second to breathe. It doesn't give you a second to talk. C'est la vie. Yeehaw. Grid for heat number 2.
Get ready when there's 24 on the track. Thad Countryman, Adam McAfee, Brandon Forquet, Joel Herbie, Michael Boyd, Eric Kaplinger, Rooster, Daryl Young, Eric Dubois, Chris Lunan, Benny Archer, and Alex.
Alex?
Clinton Funk. He's been playing with his name.
Okay. I didn't pay attention. I was looking at something else. As everyone, I'm trying to see and keep an eye on chat. Feel free to join the conversation.
I think Matt Lass is Rooster, right?
Yes, Matt Lass is Roosters. He's 7th? Yes. Yes, he is Rooster. I don't know who would win this race. A lot of the fast guys were in that first heat race, but Countryman and McAfee, we'll see if we have a good battle there. Getting set for heat number 2 in Nevada. Pace truck guns the throttle, and we're green for heat 2. Great jump for Countryman over McAfee, leaving him in the clutches of Forcade. Down to turn 1, Forcade sends it, shoves McAfee out of the way. Here comes Herbie, Boyd as well, Lass, Kaplinger, Young, Archer, Dubois, Lunan, and Funk. Down to turn 2. Countryman, a couple truck length lead ahead of Forcade in the 43 with McAfee in third, but there's a hornet's nest behind them with Herbie, Kaplinger. Boyd looks to the inside on Cap in the 55 to the 3. Young in the 25 behind Lass in the 198. Up the hill to the final corner. Top 3 have broken away. Cap and Herbie touch in the air. And Herbie holds the spot. Here comes Boyd in the 55, exiting the final corner. They touch. They both save it. Maybe all over the track. Here comes Cap. 2-for-1 special at the end of the first lap. Countryman still leads. There's a battle up front, but there's a battle for fourth as well. Into turn 1. Will we be 4 wide? No. But Boyd can get the bite off the corner. No, he can't. Contact with Herbie again. Still side by side, dueling away with Kaplinger for the 4th position. This is calamity here in Nevada. Even at the back of the field, Lunan, Funk, Archer dueling away. Daryl Young and Matt Lass, argy-bargy. Here comes Dubois into Lass as well. And Lass is not happy over the radio. Countryman still leads. They're arguing, and Eric Dubois laughing over the radio. That's a good time. Countryman, Forcade, McAfee. They are up by 2.5 seconds over the rest of this field, Brian, as everybody else crashing into each other.
I'm going to watch the top 3 for a little bit. Countryman, Forcade, and McAfee. They're all within about a second of each other, so anything can happen here. It's just who gets a better entry to some of these turns, and who can sneak the nose in. I think Spad's kind of trying to make a little gap here for himself. McAfee and Forcade are pretty much the battle we're going to be looking at.
As looking at lap time wise, those guys are within 0.3 of a second to each other, and then it's a second back to Eric Kaplinger in the 3. I don't know if that's attributing to the hornet's nest that he's dueling in at the moment, or if there's pace that the top 3 have over the rest of the field. Kaplinger side by side with Boyd.
I think it's a little bit of both, because these 3 haven't been able to run a clean lap. They've been all over each other this whole race.
It's been phenomenal to watch. Kaplinger loses the spot to Boyd in the 55. So awesome to see a lot of the iRacing short course boys come over to NASA Sim Racing and have some fun. I'd like to see this potentially as a proper series. Brian, we'll have a conversation after we're done, but this is so much fun already, and we're only, let's call it, 2 heat races in. The battle has calmed down in the rest of the field. Clinton Funk last, Dubois, Lunan, Archer, everybody has sorted their differences for the most part. And Thad is finally able to get away. As I say that, Herbie and Kapling are battling for 5th. We take the white flag in heat number 2. Countryman, 2/10 up the last time around. There's 2.2 seconds between these guys now when they were all over each other about a lap ago. Easy to make a mistake and lose a lot of time.
Yeah, and I think some of that has to do. McAfee was trying to get the inside of 4K, slow them both down a little bit, trying to make some passes between them happen, a little defending having to happen there, so it gives Thad a little bit of leg room, and they're settling into it. But it's last lap of this heat race now, so they're coming around the final turn. I think this is all Countryman.
This is going to be phenomenal to watch in a couple minutes. Countryman wins heat 2. He'll be on the front row with Connor Berry, Brandon Forcade, Adam McAfee. Michael Boyd 4th. Eric Kaplinger survives in 5th. Joey Herbie, Matt Lass, Daryl Young, Benny Archer, Chris Lunan all over the track in the 86. Dubois and Funk at the line. Dubois gets Funk for last in the heat race. Phenomenal racing, and they are having a ball over the radio for last. Our grid for the first feature here in Sparks, Nevada at Wild West. Take us through it, Brian.
Connor Berry, Thad Countryman, Matthew Lindy, Brandon Forcade, Evan McFarland, Adam McAfee, Chase Spalding, Michael Boyd, Carter Gosh, Eric Kaplinger, Kieran Lifflander, Joey Herbie, Matthew Grove, Rooster, Jamison Leckenby, Daryl Young, Garth McDade, Benny Archer, Easton, Chris Lunan, Joe Pascucci, Eric Dubois, Jake Robichaux, Alex, and Erlich.
I think we have to watch Joe Ulrich. We know that he's quick in these trucks, one of the truck guys. With that issue, he's last, and one driver will not transfer to the second feature. If I'm Ulrich, I'm sending it into turn 1, to say the least.
I hope they're
everybody
all in the turn, but I'd like to see a decent race here. And a good race can be ended really quickly on this track with a few people sending it a little too hard on turn 1.
Front row of the grid, Connor Berry, Thad Countryman for our first feature race of the evening. Get your hard hats and your safety glasses, and that might not even be enough because this is going to be something else. Green flag in Nevada. Top 2 side by side. Lindy as well in the 333. Down to the first corner. McFarland, Forcade, everybody under a blanket. Down to turn 1. Lindy to the inside. One car smashes through. One car around. It's the 55 of Boyd. Carter Gosh tried to make a maneuver in the 91. Made a couple places up. Boyd and Archer around in turn 1. Berry pulling away. Countryman and Lindy side by side. Not anymore. Countryman has cleared Lindy into turn number 3. McFarland and Forcade dueling. We've got 3 trucks around in turn 2. It's Pascucci, Leckenby,
like
Robichaux, Boyd. I don't know how to count, Brian. One car on the wall. It's Easton Hankins in the 23, and he might be the odd man out on transferring tonight. He's in the pit lane.
Oh, that's looking like the end of the evening for Easton.
At the end of the first lap.
Get back on the track if somebody else DNFs themselves.
Connor Berry leads. If you want to take a look at that replay, go ahead. I'll take a look at live pictures and take us radio style with some chaos if it happens.
We'll try to see what's going on here.
What in the world is going on in turn 2?
I don't know. I think a lot of people trying to get themselves right, and a lot of people still coming around the corners. Easton Hankins, unfortunately, just getting himself stuck on the wall there. I would have just taken turn 2 again, but he chose to try and jump it back over.
That's happened. I think that's just a product of this track. It's not the matter of the trucks, because we've seen that happen when NASA Rallycross is here. These hairpins set up. You can run multiple lines, and it's either sending it or parking it on the apex, and when both of them meet, is not a good time. Berry leads by 0.6 of a second over Thad Countryman. He was 0.3 up the last time around. Lindy, McFarland, Forcade top 5. McAfee with Spalding, Carter Gosh, Kaplinger, Lifflander. Lass in the 198. Herbie, Young, Ulrich, up to 14th from 25th. is Ulrich. We've lost Jake Robichaux in the 69. So if I'm Easton Hankins, I'm saying get back on track as fast as you can. You'll get that transfer spot.
Yeah.
He is in 24th. He is classed as 24th position. I'll keep an eye on that. McFarland to the inside of his former teammate Lindy as they duel away for the 3rd position. We haven't done this fully yet, Brian. Actually, never mind. Garth McDade has just moved Clinton Funk out of the way in the final corner, dueling for 17th.
Evan McFarland just moved Lindy out of the way. Lindy was not happy about it.
Down
Took
to
the
turn
spot
2.
right back. I think Evan's about to lose a spot to Brandon. Oh, he made it happen.
Forcade in the 43, Lindy in the 333. We look at Matt Lass at the moment in the 198, getting close to Kaplinger in the 3. Little bit of a move. They are tormenting each other back in the pack. Leckenby, Funk, McDade. I keep hearing various noises from the scanner of people just very shocked at the racing that is happening, Brian. We look at Garth McDade in the 111. Halfway home.
A little more archy-barchy than some drivers are used to.
I am shocked, but then I also remember the vehicles that we are spectating, that they are driving. It is just par for the course, I would say. Connor Berry, 2/10 up. Evan McFarland matched Connor Berry the last time around, but he's stuck in the duel with Matthew Lindy. Again, Lindy gets by in the 333, over-under for McFarland in the 04. 2 NASA Rallycross champions side by side, also very competent in these trucks. Down to turn 4, McFarland shoots the gap, and Lindy takes it right back. But McFarland almost, it looks like, tries a side draft style maneuver. He hit the side of Lindy almost to slow him down to take the spot back into turn 1.
The racing between these two is more what some of the drivers are used to driving these. Just a little bit of pushing. You go to the back, Josh. There's a little more than gentle nudging out of the way. There's a little bit of
4K to the inside. Sorry, Brian. Tries the 2-for-1 special. Gets by Lindy halfway, but Lindy will have the spot. A hip check from the 333 to the 43, and he holds the position. I would not want to drive in the back of this field. That is something else that we are watching. Easton Hankins is back on track in the 23, but he is classed as 25th. I want to keep an eye on that if he can get the position back from Jake Robichaux.
He is up to 24th now, so it will be Jake Robichaux out currently. Yep, and Jake Robichaux, I think, is out of the session. So
he has left the session.
Hankins, by getting on track, guarantees him the spot into the feature.
Never give up in racing, whether it's real or virtual. 2 laps to go. Connor Berry still being hounded by Thad Countryman, but if I look at the lap times, it was about 1/10 of a second faster. Berry was faster over Countryman. Farland 3rd, finally pulling away from Lindy. Orcade in the 5th position. Lifflander and Gosh, no love lost between these two guys. They were teammates, of course, with Kieran Lifflander Racing. Gosh left. I believe he's on Team Watson. I could be wrong on that, but I recall that being the case.
But I'm unsure.
2 of the biggest organizations in North American simulated auto racing dueling away for the 8th position as we take the white flag. We've lost Matt Lass and Adam McAfee. Ryan, can you take a look and see what happened there?
Let's see if we can go find it.
Not missing anything up front. I just noticed a couple guys in the pits. This is what happens. Oh, he hit the wall.
The wall
and he got stuck.
Has eaten him.
And what happened to 4K? That must have been a different incident.
I cannot see what happened to 4K.
Up front, Connor Berry will win feature race number 1 in Nevada, ahead of Thad Countryman. Evan McFarland 3rd, 4th Matthew Lindy, 5th Brandon Forcade, Chase Spalding, Carter Gosh, Kieran Lifflander, Eric Kaplinger, Joey Herbie is the top 10. Joe Ulrich from 25th up to 11th in this first feature race. That is crucial for him with points. Daryl Young, Matty Grove, Michael Boyd. Easton Hankins is 24th, but he makes the feature. Leckenby, Archer, Funk, Lunan, Dubois, and Pascucci. And Garth McDade struggling his way up to turn 4. I'm glad we have a warm-up after this, Brian, because I need a break.
Yeah, just a little one.
As the one car to not make the second feature race this evening, Jake Robichaux in the 69 from New Brunswick in Canada had some issues earlier on. So these guys are going to take a couple minutes, take a breather. We are going to take a breather on the other side of the break, the second feature race here in Nevada.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
Side by
it.
side between these two in the terminal. This is going to get spicy.
turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up Benny to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Robbie's going to hold the spot.
The NASA Pro 4 Challenge on ASN TV, brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. If you like what you have seen tonight, be sure to like and subscribe to ASN TV, no matter the platform, asnTVUSA.com. And if you'd like your content broadcasted, I'm really good at my own ad reads, asnTVUSA.com. Brian said make it quick, and here we are. If you'd like to race, NASASimRacing.com. Rallycross, Cross Car, Stage Rally, Pro 4, GT3, I've lost count as to everything that is happening. 14 years as of tomorrow for NASA Sim Racing. Brian Sawyer, Josh Mertz for ASN TV. We're getting set for the second and final feature race of the night. And I'll make programming notes really easy. It's all NASA right now. Sunday will be our next cast, the 5th of July, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday Night Lights from Indianapolis. And then Cross Car returns next Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, from the Daytona International Speedway. The one truck that did not transfer is Jake Robichaux. He finished 25th. But the rest of our competitors will begin to grid. Brian, take us through it.
Alrighty. On pole, we got Connor Berry lined up next to Thad Countryman. Row 2, Evan McFarland, Matthew Lindy. 3 is Forcade and Spalding. 4 is Gosh and Livlander. 5 is Kaplinger and Herbie. Rest of the field, Ehrlich, Daryl Young, Matthew Grove, Michael Boyd, Jimison Leckenby, Benny Archer, Alex Funk, Eric Dubois, Chris Lunan, Joe Pascucci, Garth McDade, Adam McAfee, Rooster, and Easton. Not a great day for the one named drivers.
I'll tell you what, Easton Hankins has good luck, though, because he crashed, lap 1, turn 2, and rode the wall, went to the pit lane, and then managed to have Jake Robichaux disconnect, get back on track, and get into the 24th and last position. Garth McDade says, let's get rowdy over voice chat. Yes, Mr. McDade, but try and stay somewhat cordial with each other. So happy that NASA Sim Racing will hit 14 years as of tomorrow. I could not believe the growth that we have seen over this decade and a half. Thanks for joining us all evening on ASN TV. We get set to go green for the final feature race here in Nevada. Side by side, not giving an inch, green flag. Connor Berry and Thad Countryman off the line with McFarland and Lindy on the second row of the grid. It's not going to stay this way for long. Into turn 1, McFarland to the inside of Countryman. Gosh makes it 4 wide with Forcade, Spalding, and Lindy out to the outside. Off the road goes Lindy and the 53 of Herbie. One truck on his side saves it. It is Lindy in the 333. Unbelievable, but they stack up with Livlander on the wall. The 50-50 Tony Hawk grind. And the kid from South Carolina is out of it. Herbie and Young side by side up front. Connor Berry has not been able to run away. Chris Lunan off the track. Livlander off the track as well. 3 wide in the back. Lindy comes over radio. Not happy, I don't think, with somebody. To the inside of Forcade he goes in the 333. Brian, it is getting interesting at the front. Connor has not been able to run away like he has all night.
Yeah, he's got only about a half second between him and Thad Countryman. Evan McFarland right back there, too, trying to make a move on Thad. If Evan and Thad, though, battle a little too much, Connor is going to get the legroom he wants. Chase Spalding, though, trying to make his way into this picture.
As we had Kaplinger and Young, 2 NASA veterans, dueling and beating and banging through turn 1. Clinton Funk moves Benny Archer out of the way for the 12th spot. 1 car into the wall. It was Herbie on the inside wall of turn 3. Connor Berry still only about a half second away from Countryman. If something goes wrong, Joe Pascucci, Jamison Leckenby, something went wrong with them in the back of the field in turn 2. Up the hill to turn 4. We focus on Clinton Funk. Here's Joe Ulrich in 15th in the Hornet's Nest after starting last in the first feature race. Makes his way through the middle of the field. Connor Berry fastest lap. Kaplinger to the inside of Grove, into Herbie. And Kaplinger 2-for-1 special in the 3. Carter Gosh on Brandon Forcade, up to turn 2. Gosh to the inside, the kid from Minnesota on the 43, takes the spot, but does Forcade have the run off the corner? He does. Not enough, though, to challenge the 91. Still half a second from Barry to Countryman at the front. We ride on board Forcade in the 43, and something we forgot to mention with the dirt rework, it is impossible to see with these guys in these trucks if you're in the back of the field. To the inside of Gosh goes Forcade. Battling behind them with McAfee and Grove and Kaplinger as well, and Kaplinger to the inside of the road. Saves it in the 3. Carter Gosh over under on Forcade at the front of the field for 6th. They hook together. He takes the spot. I don't think Forcade is done with the 91 from Team Gold into turn 2, gives him a nudge up the hill, and they still remain side by side. We look at Evan McFarland chasing down Thad Countryman and Connor Berry. The gap is 0.7 of a second. It's chaos everywhere, Brian. I can't keep up.
It's hard to pick a battle right now. We got stuff going on everywhere. Joel Ehrlich and Eric Kaplinger are just fighting for 13th right now, pushing each other just up and down this backstretch. Eric getting thrown out a little wide, going around the outside, not going to make anything happen.
Fastest lap, Connor Berry.
Fastest lap.
We have 20 of us hanging out and watching the NASA Pro 4 Challenge halfway home in this second feature race. Thanks for joining us on ASN TV. Brian Sawyer, Josh Mertz. Be sure to tune in for all of our shows. Ring the bell to get notified of some phenomenal racing, no matter the discipline, no matter the track, here on ASN TV. Connor Berry, 0.7 of a second, 0.75 of a second. The gap is slowly growing. I don't think Countryman has anything over Berry, and that's not to disparage him. He's at least hanging with him, Brian. But I'd be more worried if I'm Thad with Evan behind him.
Yeah, they're running within tenths of each other. 47.819 between and 47.857. A little bit bigger of a gap, but that's, I think, due to Evan McFarland trying to make his presence known in the back. Garthnick did pass Ethan Hankins for 17th. Eric Dubois passing Hankins also. Hankins must have hit something, got a little archy-barchy, and these two just pulled it right past him.
Joel Ulrich and Daryl Young into turn 2, battling for 11th. Eric Kaplinger still in this battle as well. 3 wide with Clinton Funk, Benny Archer, and Matt Lass in the 198. Lass got caught up in some incidents earlier on, stuck in traffic in the 198. He gets by both of them as Kaplinger now gets by Daryl Young, sets his sights on Joel Ulrich. 2 laps to go for Connor Berry. 48.0 to a 48.0 to a 48.0 from the top 3.
026058053. It's incredible.
Nothing between them here at Wild West in Sparks, Nevada. So much fun to watch these trucks. Matthew Lindy gets by Chase Spalding for the 4th position. Spalding, I don't think, was happy into the 333. And Joe Pascucci will be lapped by these top 3. Will the man from Michigan affect this battle for the lead? He hits the wall. Connor Berry takes the white flag in truck number 2. Ahead of Thad Countryman, ahead of Evan McFarland on our podium at the moment. 47.9 to a 48.3, 48.0. Grove gets by Kaplinger in the 472 to the 3. They continue to duel. They are still hitting each other. Pascucci out of the way. It opens the door for McFarland potentially for 2nd. No front fender on the 26 of Countryman. McFarland trying to close the deal. Lindy and Spalding are still slamming into each other for the 4th position up front. Final corner. It has been a perfect night for Connor Berry. Late entry doesn't matter. Pole position, heat win, feature win, and a 2nd feature win. Perfect night. Berry wins in Wild West. Countryman 2nd, 3rd McFarland, 4th Lindy holds off Spalding. Gosh has held off Herbie for the 7th spot with Forcade in 6th. And everybody has calmed down for the moment. And vehicular gymnastics aplenty. Michael Boyd is cartwheeling into turn 1. We're side by side at the line.
Benny Archer at the line.
Funk for 15th, Archer 16th, McDade and Dubois battled for 17th. How
Yeah,
much
took that one.
distance were between? There was 0.044. Yeah, between those guys. I'm going to take a breather. Take us through the results.
Connor Berry wins this evening in Wild West, followed by Thad Countryman and Evan McFarland dueling for second. Matthew Lindy, Chase Spalding for fourth. That was a tight battle between them the whole time. Brandon Forcade, Carter Gosh, Joey Herbie, Michael Boyd, Joel Ehrlich, Eric Kaplinger, Matthew Grove, top 12. On to the back half of the field, Daryl Young, Matthew Lass, Clinton Funk, Benjamin Archer, Garth McDade, Eric Dubois, Easton Hankin, Joey Pascucci, Jamison Leckenby, Adam McAfee, Kieran Lifflander, and Chris Lunan. Rounding out the rest of the
25th and last did not transfer to this race. Just a reminder, Jake Robichaux in the 69. Chase Spalding at Matthew Lindy, please retire, so it might get a little spicy on Discord afterwards. We will recap all the Discord drama and points, of course, coming into the next round in a couple of weeks. But Brian, you want to take us through upcoming programming, and then we'll get out of here.
Absolutely. I love when that's the first thing you see after a race. You know, it's going to be a little spicy. But let's look at what we got coming up this week. Or not. Try it again.
There we go.
This Sunday, we got the NASA Rallycross Sunday Night Lights July season starting up. That's going to be at Indianapolis Raceway Park, better known as IRP. That's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Josh Darnell and myself, Josh, if you're listening, make sure. The NASA Cross Car Masters returns next Tuesday at Daytona Long, so that will be a fun race there. NASA Pro 4 Challenge returns in 2 weeks, the 14th at Bark River. And races left in this season. Bark River, then we're ending at Crandon. So that'll be a real fun rest of this series. I just put through points, so we're gonna take a look and see if they actually if they manifest it. Give it just a second here. We're hitting a button that says finished syncing. But look,
Not yet.
there might be a drop week. No.
I'm interested to see what happens with points with Cody not here, Countryman's second, and with Connor Berry's perfect race. Where will that put Berry in points? We will take a look real quick here. Nope.
No.
Not yet.
That's for next week.
That's okay. We recap the Discord drama, and we will recap the points. I just want to point out, and Kieran, don't hate me at the moment, but Kieran Lifflander last. I never thought that I would say those words, Brian. Kieran Lifflander, 24th.
I won't give him that one. He's driving better than last. He just got stuck on the wall, and once the wheels can't touch, you're not getting much of anything done there.
As we went over, tried to go over points, took a look at upcoming programming. I just want to remind everyone that the NASA Pro 4 Challenge on ASN TV, brought to you by Whiplash SimCams. No matter the track, car, or series, visit facebook.com/WSimCams. And thank you so much to Andrew Cardinale IV and team for all the support that you give us at ASN TV. If you like what you have watched, the calamity tonight, be sure to like and subscribe to ASN TV, no matter the algorithmic poison at ASN TV USA. If you'd like your content broadcasted and you want us shouting and blibbering and blubbering on about the chaos that is happening on your racetrack, ASNTVUSA.com. And if you'd like to join us on track for NASA's 14th year as of tomorrow, Rallycross, Cross Car, Stage Rally, Pro 4, Grand Am, or Porsche Cup, all the info is at nasasimracing.com. Give me a final thought, Mr. Sawyer. No.
No.
What can you say? Chaos? Calamity?
No, yeah. There's a lot of cars. 24 is a lot of cars on track all at once. That was pretty fun to watch. Fairly clean from what I could tell, but I mean, we weren't watching the whole backfield that whole time, so we'll have to look at some of the replay and maybe give some drivers some pointers. Hey, maybe don't do that next time. Maybe, I don't know. It's a lot of these drivers' second race probably in a Pro 4, so they're learning. But up front, we had a great battle, so forward to the next round.
So much fun to watch these trucks on any given racetrack. Thanks for hanging out with us on ASN TV. It's not like last week. We are done and dusted in an hour. And on behalf of our entire production staff, all I'll say for final thought, chaos. Hard hats, glasses, the entire PPE assortment was needed and then some. My name is Josh Mertz. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's coverage of the NASA Pro 4 Challenge. Be sure to join us Sunday for Sunday Night Lights in Indianapolis, next Tuesday for CrossCar at Daytona, but for the Pro 4 Challenge, we'll be back in 2 weeks from Bark River in Michigan. Until then, so long, everyone.